Hey everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube video. A little bit about myself. I'm an actor-director based in England and the United States. And like everyone else, I had a lot of time on my hands during the pandemic and really got into the University of YouTube and what it had to offer in terms of filmmaking techniques and other knowledge. So it's been a really interesting journey. And the goal of this channel is to connect with other creators, filmmakers, actors, artists, anyone that needs technology to share what they do to an audience. It sounds simple, but the technology we have available now is coming down and down in price and becoming more affordable. A cinema camera now, like the Pocket 4K for example, costs less than an iPhone. So that's the goal of the channel, is to connect with other like-minded creators. The filming of this video is on an iPhone 12 and I'm doing some BTS on a Samsung. Now, I didn't want to get too fancy, honestly, with this first video. I actually have 4 or 5 other videos already recorded and I'm editing them now. But as I was doing so, I got, a little bit stressed about how perfect they may or may not be, what BTS I should use, what stock footage and so on. So I realized it was slowing me down. And one of the things I don't want this channel to do is to become a life. So actually, although I'm starting a YouTube channel, I don't want to be a YouTuber. And by that I mean a full-time YouTuber. I simply want the channel to be a resource where people can find out about things that I'm doing and vice versa, and that we can collaborate. So yes, a bit of a irony there, starting a channel in order not to be a YouTuber. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, so now this is the iPhone 12. We also have a Samsung. They won't be color matching. If I decide to use any footage from the Samsung, they'll be looking different. If I bring this footage into an editing software, I happen to use DaVinci Resolve, I'll have to figure that one out. But again, it's important to note that iPhones are so good now, or Samsung, or Sony Xperia, whatever it is. Phones are so good that you can make TV series and movies from them. If you don't believe me, just check out the work of Steven Soderbergh. Amazing TV series he filmed for Netflix about basketball. I think it's called High Flying Bird. Really excellent. So the phone itself, I hope, will be the subject of many of these videos because it's so versatile and so good that it can't be ignored. So this is unscripted, unedited, there's no cuts, and I wanted to try to do it all in one take. In fact, this is the first take, so let's see if I can finish it. What's coming up on the channel? Well, we have some products from Sirui. They have some new anamorphic lenses for Super 35, also full frame. Amazing products for $600 to $1,500, actually it's $1,200 right now. You can purchase an anamorphic lens that will work on a Micro Four Thirds camera or a full frame camera and get a look that honestly would have cost $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if you wanted, or even now if you want the best film anamorphic lenses. We also have some products from Hollyland. They're excellent with their wireless technology. I have some headsets I wanted to try out on set. Also the YOLO Live In Stream is a fantastic device for live streaming to Instagram and TikTok. I have a review coming out on that first. And also how we use film lights in theatre. In making short films and YouTube videos, I've acquired some great film lights, LEDs, which are replacing tungsten lights. And I was recently involved in a theatrical production, actually a small-scale opera, and I thought, why don't I use those film lights? So we made a whole video about that and it worked out great. So yes, Sirui, Hollyland, InStream and film lights, and as well as many other things that I'd like to review. Built up a small YouTube studio at home, and in the process of that and during the pandemic acquired lots of different bits of gear that are fascinating. Now this video isn't sponsored and I doubt will be sponsored for quite a while, which is good because I can just give my honest opinion. Haven't figured out whether I'm going to do affiliate links. Haven't figured out a thumbnail for this, so this is just raw for the first one. Again, to see the progression and share with you the considerations that I made to improve, hopefully, each video. And finally, recommendations. I've learned a lot through YouTube, and some of my favorite channels are things that I'd like to share with you. Just a few I'm going to mention today. Pony Smasher, Media Division, Potato Jet, and Gaffer and Gear. David Sandberg has an amazing channel, and he started out as a YouTube creator and then is now directing amazing films like Shazam. The Media Division is incredible, has these long videos about the Canon FD lens line, for example. Very informative, very knowledgeable. Potato Jet, he's a great YouTuber, quick, fast, in with the technology and then out, and then very entertaining at the same time. And Gaffer and Gear, an Australian gaffer who's just very, very straightforward with the information that he shares about lighting gear and the pros and cons. I find that channel invaluable. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining the first ever YouTube video, Rough and Ready. As I say, I have been filming some others which are, concerned with lighting and sound and everything else. But honestly, the procrastination involved, I wanted to break and get something up quickly, not spend too much time on it, because again, I don't want to be a YouTuber, but just to get information out there so I can collaborate with others as an actor, director, filmmaker, and so on. Thanks very much for joining, and see you in the next video.